If you've ever struggled with laundry and just felt like you're being buried under an avalanche of dirty clothes and you can never just quite climb up to the top, laundry is one of those tasks that as your family grows, it just seems to exponentially grow also. And it just can be one of those things that you have to do on a regular basis. If you don't have a good system for keeping on top of it, can really take over and never feel like it's quite fair or done enough. Today I'm going to share 3 laundry secrets that have helped me simplify our laundry system and make it so much easier than it used to be. So I'm going to share those 3 tips with you in this video. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe too for more videos like this, and let us get into those tips. My number 1 laundry secret is paring down. So I used to think that getting rid of a lot of clothes and cutting down how much I have would actually make more laundry for myself because I'd have to wash it more frequently. But actually, if you get that number right, so you have enough for about a week, but you have to wash it after a week because then you won't have enough to go 2 weeks without doing the laundry, that seems to be about like the sweet spot. I remember back when Edison was a baby, he had tons and tons of clothes. And it just seemed like we were doing laundry all the time and there was always so much more laundry to do. But there were really only a handful of outfits that I really liked and that were my favorites. So the second time around with Bennett, I was a lot more intentional about what clothes to keep and what clothes to get rid of. Paring down their clothes has reduced the amount of laundry we have to do so much. It's kind of crazy. Where I used to feel like I had to do a load of laundry every single day, now I can get by with 3 loads a week. And if I have time for it, I can throw in a 4th. As long as I do those 3 loads every week, we have enough socks, underwear, shirts, pants, everything that we need. That keeps us on track. Cutting down my own wardrobe has reduced our laundry considerably because when you have more choices available and there's always more shirts or pants or whatever to pull out, then you just end up using more and more and more, and then all of that goes in your laundry and you end up with these huge monstrous piles of laundry and these loads of laundry to do. And then of course you gotta fold it all and put it all away, and it's just a lot more work. If you really pare down to just what they really need and the best pieces and the ones that you and they like the best, then you cut out so much extra work. The same goes for towels. Actually, I've found the more I've cut down on how many towels we own, the less of those there are to wash too. If you have a cupboard that's just full of towels, then there's always another one to just pull out and keep using more and more and more, that then you have to wash and dry and fold and put back away. So my boys have enough clothes for a week with a small buffer because sometimes they go through multiple outfits in a day. And then I do capsule wardrobes of about 30 to 40 pieces. For towels, we have 4 white towels that are for adults. So Brian and I have 1 each, and then we have 2 more for guests, or it could be 2 each for us. And then the boys have 2 towels each, so 2 per kid. And that seems to work well. We have a handful of beach towels too now that we've gotten recently, and those are nice to have too. But it's nothing like the number of towels that we used to have. Also, don't worry about running a small load of clothes. Most washing machines now have smart settings on them for running medium and small loads. I've even seen a washing machine that had an even smaller load setting. So don't worry too much about wasting energy running small loads of laundry. Probably decluttering my wardrobe and my kids' wardrobe is probably reduced the amount of laundry we have to do every week by half. Probably 50% less laundry. And then especially when you pair the time saving from having fewer things in your laundry with secret number 2, which is sorting less. So this can really cut down your laundry time. When I was growing up, we would sort things into reds and pinks, whites, darks, greens, and browns, and yellows. but oranges would sometimes also be in their own thing with yellow and brown, or sometimes orange could be in pink. So let's see, that's reds and pinks, whites, darks, greens and browns, oranges and yellows, delicates, and towels. And then, did I say sheets? Yeah. So like, I don't know, there'd be like 8 little mounds of laundry in the basement. Then I went to college and I wanted to save on the quarters that it took for the washing machine and the dryer. So I washed everything together in one packed load. And as it turns out, detailed color sorting is just not necessary. Now I sort things into 3 categories. I have lights, and then I have darks, and then I have towels and sheets. Bras and any delicate items go in those little mesh laundry bags with the zipper on them, and they go in with the lights or the darks. Sometimes I do a load of only kids' clothes if for some reason there's just not enough to sort out into lights and darks. With the water temperature set to warm or cold, I've never had a problem with colors bleeding. And I think maybe if you're washing a brand new item that's like bright red or really dark blue jeans, be a little careful with the other colors that you throw in there because you don't know how this item's gonna react at first. But for the most part, it seems like most clothing has been pre-washed, pre-shrunk, all of that stuff, and so there's just not a lot of color bleeding that happens anymore. And you can always do a little test if you're unsure if an item's gonna bleed. As long as you roughly sort out lights and darks and you're not too worried about your light getting a little dingy, you can always use bleach to bring them back to a nice crisp white. It's really not that hard. So in my lights, I would include anything like light pink or tan, beige, yellow, even some light greens, if they seem to fit better there with the darker colors. The darker colors could include black, navy blue, dark brown, dark green, reds go in the darks. And if I'm being really particular, I'll wash the darks on a cold water setting or warm, and then wash the whites on warm or hot. But usually I just do everything on warm and nothing bad has happened yet. So experiment with that by trying to combine some of your categories if you are sorting them into like 8 different color categories, and see how much time that saves you. Number 3 is to fold less. I do the KonMari fold, which if you're not familiar with is when you fold your clothing into like little rectangles that go vertically in your drawer. Because I am that person and I really love doing the KonMari fold. It saves so much space in your dresser drawers. It keeps everything organized in a way that like when you're looking in your drawer you can actually see all your stuff and not have to dig through stuff to see like what's underneath it. Since our clothes are so pared down, it's not really that much of a chore for me anymore. The KonMari folding can take a little bit longer than traditional folding if you're not used to it. Once you do it for a while and you're used to it, it's just as fast, and if you don't have as many clothes because you've pared them down, it also doesn't take very long. But if this is a sticking point in your laundry routine where maybe you're trying to do a KonMari fold or some other folding method and it just seems like that's the thing that takes forever, here's a handful of ideas. So you could switch from a dresser to storage cubes. This tends to work well for kids' clothes. I don't know about your kids, but with mine, I can KonMari fold all their clothes and have them all in there neatly, but it doesn't last. As soon as they're dressing themselves and pulling out whatever they want, it will get messed up. So one way that you could save some time is replacing those drawers with storage cubes and just throwing it all in there. Because, I mean, does anyone really care if their kids' shirts are wrinkled? Be sure you label the cubes clearly so they know shirts go in this one, bottoms go in this one, socks go in this one, underwear goes here, so they're not mixing stuff from different cubes together. But you could also do this too for things like pajamas or workout clothes. Maybe it's really not worth it to you to fold those items and you could throw them into a storage cube. If you don't have storage cubes you can use for this, you could get some drawer dividers or little boxes that you could use for organizing your drawers. My favorite drawer dividers are from IKEA, but you could totally use a shoe box. And you can put those inside your drawers to kind of separate sections and then just throw the shirts in one, pants in another one, socks, underwear, whatever. So they're still separated, but you don't have to go through all the work of folding the items that go in there. Also, make sure everyone's room has a laundry hamper. If you find your kids' clothes are being strewn all over the floor, this is a great way to also keep their room a lot cleaner. When they have a hamper, a dedicated spot to put their dirty clothes, it helps a lot. And it's also really handy when you're gathering all the dirty clothes to do laundry. If they're already in the hamper, that you can just pick up and take to the laundry room, or even have your kids do it. I also have a really small little hamper downstairs in our kitchen area for dirty kitchen towels, washcloths, and stuff from the bathroom down here. And that has worked out really well for me. When it gets full, then I carry it upstairs, empty it into my laundry bins, and take the empty hamper back down. Using those same hampers, so if you have a laundry basket or a hamper in each person's room that's designated for them, they can put their dirty clothes into it, you take it to the laundry room and sort it. Then when you're sorting the clean clothes out of the dryer, you can also sort those back into their baskets. So like say with Edison's basket from his room, if his name is on it, I take it full of dirty clothes to the laundry room and empty it. Then when the clean clothes come out of the dryer, I put his clothes back in his basket. And then I can just pick up the whole basket that's full of all of his clean clothes and take it back into his room and put it on his bed. Then he could fold them and put them away. In a nutshell, here's how my laundry system works. I will start in my room and I'll grab a laundry basket, go to my room, dump out our laundry hamper into it, swing by Bennett's room, dump out his laundry basket into it, swing by Edison's room, dump his laundry basket into it, so I have one big basket that's full of everyone's laundry. Then I take that to the laundry room, sort it into my 3 categories: lights, darks, towels, and sheets. Whichever pile is the biggest, that's the first one I start. Then every day, I don't have to do a load of laundry every day, but I just try to move laundry from one step to the next every day. So I will start the biggest load in the washing machine. By the end of the day, I just try to remember to get it into the dryer because I don't want it sitting in the washing machine overnight. But I'm not worried about taking it out of the dryer and folding it that day. I'll save that for the next day. So then the next day, I'll take those clothes out of the dryer and fold them and get them put away. And that's all I'll do for laundry that day. After that, I'm going to start that cycle over again and start the next load of laundry in the washing machine and then move it to the dryer before I go to bed. I mean, it takes a couple minutes to gather all the laundry together and then get the load going in the morning. And then after that, I might spend 15 minutes folding it on the next day. So I'm not spending a ton of time doing it. Yeah, it really doesn't take that much of an investment every day. But I think a big part of that is knowing how much I have to do. Like basically what's the minimum I have to do to keep the system going so that I'm on top of it. And that could be a little bit different for you. You might have enough that laundry that you have to do a full load every day, getting it all the way from washing through drying and folding and putting away. But maybe there's some other suggestions you could take from this video as far as ways to make the folding and putting away easier, or even just the gathering the dirty laundry easier by making sure you have a hamper in each person's room. Or even maybe it's worth it to really take a look at how many clothes each person has in the family and see where you could simplify and pare that down. I would love to hear from you in the comments down below about ways that you're finding you can simplify your laundry routine, or any ideas that this video has sparked for you. And also let me know, do your kids help with the laundry, and in what ways do they get involved? I know my boys love helping gather all the dirty clothes. They like to pretend that they are the garbage men and the laundry basket is the garbage truck. And so they love dumping the garbage into their truck and pushing it down the hallway into the laundry room. And Edison is awesome at sorting laundry and helping me start the load. So we're still working on like the folding side of it, but it's fine. So looking forward to hearing from you, and I will see you in my next video.